Hi guys, welcome to your daily reading. This reading is for October 6th, 2019, Saturday. Of course, it's timeless. So let's jump right in. Today, I asked God, I want to make sure as a reader that I'm always doing my duty, and I want to make sure that I don't ever get stuck in just, one kind of message. And today, God has acquiesced, and they've given me another angle to kind of bring through in this daily reading. So I hope you guys enjoy it and see what they have to say. I wanted something a little bit more high vibe. When I say high vibe, I mean, I don't want to get stuck in details so much. I like to I like to check in with the higher level stuff. Check up on why we're doing, what is our spiritual trajectory, and that's what came through today. So gracias a Dios. All right, let's get started. All right, God bless you guys, first of all. As always, anyone who is watching this is automatically blessed, be you troll or not. Now, what I'm seeing here is that today, or at this time, Spirit is asking you to take a moment and to have gratitude, and to gratitude for what it is that has been going on in your life, good or bad, up, down, in, out, this, that, the other. They're also asking you to allow yourself to receive. Sometimes when we go through stress, a lot of stress, especially, we don't realize that it's stressful and traumatic to witness the trajectories of other people as well. So as I'm saying that, I feel like I want to clear out, so I'm going to do a little energetic clearing right here. I want to clear out the debris and the residue of the collective. So sometimes when we watch a lot of these videos, when we just watch our friends and family in daily life, when we look at people on TV, we see their experiences, we get into this lull and we get into this false sense of reality that says that my experience is the same experience. And that is not the case. Yes, there are universal patterns that we share because we are a collective, and if we didn't share those patterns, in a sense, we wouldn't be in the same room together, so to speak, on the same call together. However, please know that things are different for us, and our spiritual goals are different, and that's why personal readings are so awesome. But dear me, I love these readings as well. Now, so why I feel like I have to say that is because I think some of you may be getting caught up in a trap, a little bit of a trap, and it can be spellbinding. And I feel like me saying that is meaning something different to quite a few viewers already. So just stay on your own train and follow that intuitive leading that you're getting based on the words that are coming out, because Spirit doesn't mince words. Whatever it is that you're witnessing in your life, it could be from coworkers, you see them going through things, you see family members, your children, your mother, father, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, whatever. You could be people you see on TV, it could be the readings that you're watching, all of these things. Never forget that you are an individual who comes to these spaces, these sacred spaces, to glean. This is what you should be doing, gleaning information, not just consuming it all and saying, this is my life. Because I do these general readings, and they are general for a specific reason, because Spirit does it that way. Especially the more people that you see watching, it's the more general it is, but yet it's still specific enough to offer guidance. But remember that if you do a personal reading, or if you look at your own life, you realize, oh my God, this is more zoomed in. So please don't ever watch any video and think that that's just that's all your life. Okay, that's meant to free you. Also, I think that Spirit is saying that a lot of times we do get caught up in that. We see the poverty consciousness our friends and family are going through. We see other people, maybe, for example, having trouble getting a job and getting into trouble with the law and things like that. And we somehow believe that that is our fate too. And Spirit is saying that's not. And they're saying a good way to get out of that trap is to, first of all, look at where the blessings have been placed in your life. Look at where the blessings have been placed in your life. Oh my God, I do have a job, or I had a job, or I was able to get a job. This means that I can get a job. I'm capable of it. And then employ a different meaning. Don't go with the story that other people say, oh, it's hard as a young black man to get a job in the US. Yes, it can be for many, many people. But what Spirit is saying today is, if you're watching, don't think that has to be your reality. Instead, or oh man, the man's got me down, or oh, I saw this guy cheating on this girl, this coworker at work. Oh my God, that's what all men do. And I want you to disconnect from that, and they want you to employ a different story. For example, wow, I see a lot of people going through hardships, whether they're going through a divorce, whether this person's having trouble getting a job, whether that person just fell ill, and see that that is a reality for somebody else. And while it's a possibility for you, whether or not it's a probability for you is something you need to leave up to God. Okay, and that's what this card is all about. Allow yourself to receive. Don't come to God with a bowl, because he can only fill it up to a bowl. Come to God with a silo or like a field with a lot of acres of land, and say, please God, fill my boat. And know that your neighbor may be working with a bowl, but you don't have to. I'm being led into the talk of manifestation here, okay? All right, and so manifestation. They're purposefully telling me to stop at that moment and right before the manifestation, because they're saying the gateway. Oh, here it is. See this guy about to get into this closet? The gateway to manifestation, they're saying, must go through gratitude. And they're saying to stop allowing yourself to think small. Okay? So that's a message for sure. That tells me that you're on the brink of something. Speaking of brink, let's go here. I love these what are they called? Oracle, Lightworker Oracle cards. They're just amazing, and I use them in like every reading, if you haven't noticed. Why? Because they speak to the 5D or those higher self aspects. It's the reason why we're here, right? These are these cards. Now, what I'm seeing for you, if you're watching this in this daily reading, they're saying recommends. I was going to say resonates, and recommends with you or resonates with you. Spirit is telling you that right now you may be having a tough time, and the reason why is because they're trying to shift you. You're going through a paradigm shift. You're going through a cycle. You're going through a transformation. You're going through, quote unquote, ascension. And for you, I'm seeing that your route to ascension has come through a soul family member. For many of you, this is a love connection, especially if you've been, but I'm also getting, for example, if it's a third party, if you've been resonating with some of the messages that have been coming through me recently, then you have to also recognize that with these connections, it's not just you and that counterpart. There are other people, maybe karmic partners, I believe is what they call it on YouTube, but third parties, fourth parties, fifth parties, all these people, this is a collective that is helping to push you to the brink. Now, what's the brink? It's this. It's you choosing to take a step forward, to take a step into the unknown so that you can evolve spiritually. And I'm seeing that once you get through and once you go through that door, you're going to end up in this space. It's like, how can I say it? You're going to end up in this space. And I feel it's going to be like a resting phase. So you may actually lose contact with people for like the month of October, for example, or for a little bit of a time. Think of it as the Four of Swords in Tarot. It's the moment of rest where things come to a standstill, where communications may be limited, where activity is limited. So what was dynamic, think of it as a catalyst to give birth to you and push you into a liminal stage. And this is where it is. See, I see this as your head lying down, like you're lying down and this is your head and your neck, and your consciousness though comes out and it's here and it's pondering and it's musing and it's collecting information and it's, oh shoot, as I said that, it reminded me that this card says gathering. All right, thank you. It's gathering itself. You'll be gathering yourself. You're gathering information. Let's take a moment and read it. And sorry, I'm a little congested. All right, here's what it says. This life is like the fulcrum on a scale of balance. Your past and future lives determine the need for gathering strength in this life. There is a reason for all the pain. As you gather knowledge from the infinite sea of consciousness and life experience, you begin to evolve. You fill the gourd of your spirit with knowledge so that one day it can be emptied and you may begin to gather wisdom. Become one with all life and consider the true importance of what you are gathering. Okay, so this tells me that during this stage of time out, bam, rest, during this stage of rest or time out, you're going to be doing a lot of thinking about yourself, about people in your life, about how you've gotten to where you are, about where you are. There's going to be a solitude, a sense of solitude. I feel like this is a hermit moment for you. Think of it as the Hermit card in Major Arcana. Think of it as the Four of Swords in the Minor Arcana. Here is the Timeout card. This is not punishment. This is you going inward, and it's a glorious state. It's you being on track. It's literally you being on track. I'm also seeing that for a lot of you during this timeout phase, they're showing to have gratitude in the sense of missed any bullets that you may have dodged. Say, but for the grace of God, there go I. Thank God, and thank God. Just thank God. Because it could be worse. No matter what the situation is or was, it could always have been worse. All right? And I'm hearing someone saying, oh, it's getting worse. Maybe there are... Oh, shoot. That's interesting. That reminded me. Thanks, whoever that was. Maybe it was Spirit, right? But that reminds me, they gave me some notes to say here, and that sounds very familiar. Let me go check. Okay. Yes, they said, okay. I heard from Spirit as I was doing this reading, there's a secret that will come out and into awareness later. It will be just what you need to make that major step in the right direction, and it will release you from your worry and quote-unquote cover-up lies. Listen, I don't know, okay? I don't know. What cover-up lies? Are those your lies? Are they other people's lies? I said lives. If it's one thing I've learned doing these readings for myself and for others, it's that never jump to conclusions. You see what's here, but don't just read the cards. Look into each card and see how the dynamics are. So that cover-up lies, let's sit on that, because it could be Spirit's specifically chosen words, because there's so many people on this call, but what they're trying to say to you specifically will blossom into your awareness. As they did say, there's a secret to behold that will come out and into awareness later. And that cover-up lie may not be what you think it is at this time, okay? Maybe something that you're not admitting to yourself. It could be anything. But that being said, I'm seeing this card right here. That was the next card. Coral's Wisdom. I'm seeing that there is a network of information that you've only partly gleaned at this time. And I'm seeing there's a part of you that doesn't want to go further. Now, I feel that, yes, on a conscious level, it's part of you may be like, dude, I don't want to delve into that anymore. I'm not ready to. And I think that your higher self knows when you're ready to do it. And that's why you're not getting the full story of whatever, or you're not seeing something fully. I'm getting the words, the artist. So maybe there was an artist in your midst, whether it's an artist for some of you. See, why did they say artist and not con artist? You know what I mean? For some of you, it is a con artist, but for others, it has to literally do with an artist. And so that's why Spirit uses words very specifically. And so don't get triggered by anything in this reading, okay? Take it as information and allow it to then be the seed that blossoms into your awareness with your spirit guides and your higher self, carefully crafting your message, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. Thank you, Spirit. They're acknowledging that. Yay. before I got into this reading too, I wrote some notes. I totally forgot about the notes until I heard that. Thanks. The first thing that I heard is my mind is more open now as a result. And that's you, viewer. Your mind is more open as a result. So I really think that where you are right now is here. I feel like there was a tower moment, could have been over time, that is connected to people who are playing sacred roles for you, whether it's husband, boyfriend, wife, boss, cheater is what I'm hearing, philanderer, adulterer. Whoa, those words are coming right straight out. I'm hearing banker, I'm hearing con man, I'm hearing boat taker. Okay, someone steal a boat, God bless, right? I'm hearing warehouse operator. For that, I'm feeling there may be a sexual harassment situation going there with a warehouse operator. That sexual harassment situation I don't think is dead, in the sense that I feel like there's going to be litigation regarding that. So just to show you guys, you come and you see one thing and you only hear your own story, but there are many, many people who may not even be dealing with a love situation, for example, that read this, that have the same reading that as you. It's universal. And we just need to take a moment and say, thank you, God, that you are able to cast your fishing net so wide. And through these readings, we realize that as hopeless and as helpless and as rejected and as small as and insignificant as we feel, we're not lost, because there's a whole reading that is here for us, and many, many. Okay, divine timing is what's involved in that, in this interaction with family of light, in this interaction with those soul contracts, those people, whether it be warehouse operators, boat stealers, philanderers, con artists, that whole thing is through divine timing. Why? Because it's got to hit at just the right space, just the right time, just the right angle. It's got to hit so that it's like pool or billiards, depending on how you see it. It's like pool. When you hit that white ball, it's got to hit all the other balls, or as many of the other balls, at a certain angle, so that it can put it into the pocket, send you through your door, and send that other person through their door. So I'm hearing gracias a Dios again. They're saying have gratitude, and they're saying they spirit. There are a lot of people, God, there are a lot of people involved in getting this right. So they're saying to have the gratitude. So when you're cursing the darkness, when you're cursing other people's name, when you're cursing the third party, just trust me, I understand. When you're cursing this other guy, when you're cursing the operator of that warehouse, when you're cursing God, when you're cursing yourself, what you're actually doing is, from your limited standpoint, cursing the sheer magnitude and the sheer perfection that is involved here. And they understand. I was like, they understand, and then I just saw this. They're like, hey, we're all cool here. We get it. Because you can't see the end result. They know you only feel the pain. They know you only see, well, listen, this man's not calling me. Listen, that guy touched me inappropriately. Yeah, this person lied about me. That person stole my effing boat. Sorry, that energy is coming through me. So whoever's out there with a boat, thank you. All right, so that intonation is clearly not me feeling bad about a boat. It's somebody. Yeah, I'm seeing very bitter feelings. So I'm seeing... God bless you. Okay, God bless all of you. This is divine. They're calling me back to Shakespeare. All the world is a stage, they're saying, and everyone has his, role to play. And your role at this time, I feel like you've already had this quote unquote tower moment, or this situation, and I feel that here you are now in your divine sacred rest mode. This is regroup. This is a like, if you're going here on this level, this is a walking up to this level. And that's greater awareness. What is the greater awareness? Being able to take the helicopter up and to see. It is going to that fourth dimension view so you can see the 3 dimension. It's being at that 3 dimension so you can see the 2 dimension. You get it? So it's taking that aerial view. And I feel that is so necessary, because I don't want you to get stuck in the details of he said, she said. It's always got to be a balance, going back to the word fulcrum. You go down, you check, and then you come up, you check. You go down, you feel and experience. You come up, you think about it, you understand, you check the trajectory, right? This is leading to greater wisdom. Going back to the note, let's look off screen. It says, my mind is more open now as a result. The angels, the second message that came through was, they said, is a major message for these angels. They literally revolved. One is one of the words that wants to come out. Resolved is another word, but I wanted to say, I had to try and get my own word back. They literally referred to you as angels, okay? But they are acknowledging the word. They resolved and they revolved, okay? So that means something. And their major message for these angels, you guys, is don't give up, never give up, exclamation point, quotes, all right? It's hard when they say, don't give up, don't give up. And again, we are only seeing the breadcrumbs. And listen, if Joan of Arc, God bless her, knew what she was getting into, you couldn't get her to be in that army. You couldn't get her to pick up those arms. Instead, they gave her what she needed to know to get to the next message, to get to the next thing. Okay, that's where we are. The third message that came through, I already told you, where they said there's a secret to behold that will come out and into awareness later for you. It will be just what you need to make that major step in the right direction, and it will release you from your worry and your cover-up lies. Again, do not seek interpretation at this time. I guarantee you that whatever you think that cover-up lies refers to is probably not it. All right? Now, it says liberate you from your worry, because there's a worry card here that we'll get to in a second. But number 4, the fourth message, there you go, they said. I'm laughing because these messages are for me too. It says, you're not going anywhere, okay? And, listen, they're like, you're not going anywhere. What does that mean? I think that means exactly what you think it means. Okay, so we'll go on. We'll move on. I also wanted to, let's start here. They're saying it's time to release negativity. So you are releasing. As you're coming into your own, as you slide through this doorway, remember you were catapulted by catalyst into this doorway, and as you went through this doorway, you found yourself in this rest period, this contemplative area in your mind and in your life. Things are slowing down. You're getting into a less dynamic phase. But as you slipped into that space, things were knocked out. They were released. Listen, we all can't slip through that door. It's a doorway that's only big enough for you. So certain people won't be able to come. Certain opportunities. I'm seeing trips that were canceled or missed. Work trips that you were supposed to go on or you wanted to go on. No, you weren't able to go on it. And the reasons could be endless. It could be anything. My car broke down. This person walked out on me. That's all in the realm of the lower level details. We're not at the details right now, because at that moment, it doesn't matter what the details are. We're up here looking at the dynamic of what needed to happen. For example, the dynamic is you needed to feel some type of emotion to get to this place, and you needed to be alone and have that hermit moment, and that's it. Then your spirit is like, okay, well, how am I going to create that space for me? I need this person to stop contacting me, and that we go from there. I need to physically be in my home because I'm by my computer and I'm by the internet, and I need to have access to certain things. So, oh my God, okay, well, I want to make it that I sprain my ankle or break my leg and I can't go on this important, trip. And so, but down here, we're suffering with a broken leg, our cast is itching, we're bored, we feel guilty, we feel bitter, we are upset, and, all we get to do is watch TV and be on the internet, but, oh, here's an article, that seems pretty interesting. Okay, I'll read it, I'll follow up on that. Next thing, you're reading a lot. That's lower, that's how it bleeds through to the lower. But at the upper, they're like, dude, we need to get you alone so you can focus. All right, so surrender your worry, they're saying. Surrender your worry and take on responsibility for yourself. Let's take a look. For some of you in a love connection, I'm seeing you walking away from these 2 cute little buds. Cute. These cards are always cute. And you're walking towards this. My God. It has so much to offer you. What is that? That is the information that is going to be born for you. So they're saying time out. With time out, it doesn't mean that you're going to. It means you're taking a break. It doesn't mean you're leaving. And in fact, we already heard you're not going anywhere. She's still on the same branch, but she's turning her attention to something that's ready to be birthed. Why would you stay and watch two buds that aren't even like open? And to be honest, I'm also talking to myself, right? So, all right, where do I go? All right, I got this card. It says illumination, right? But I have, take a look, beautifuls. This is the Power Deck Tarot. It's not Tarot, Power Deck Oracle cards. But I got that, well, first of all, this is you in this space. Actually, this Buddha image wanted to come through. It's actually a book. It's the Power Deck book. I just happened to glance and Buddha was like, hey, can I get in? I was like, sure. Look. Okay, so he's over here doing his thing. God bless. But what I'm seeing here is this is you. You're in Buddhic time. And I think you're going to be coming into some beauty within yourself. You're learning. Why? Because you're out here. You're able to take that sacred perspective of where you just were. And if you've been there for quite some time, you're achieving a newfound focal point. A newfound, what's the word? I'm blanking on the word, but distance, I guess is the second word I'll say. You had a newfound distance from it, and so you can take a different perspective. But this says illumination, but when I pulled this card, to me, my spirit eye saw humiliation, and that's when I knew that for you and all of you on your sacred journey here, part of this equation was and is humiliation. You are designed to feel humiliated. Egg in your face, shame, okay? But what do you do with that humiliation? And I'm seeing some of you, that is the humiliation and that is the shame that is still kind of holding you locked in something. Now, what does that look like? Let's say, for example, all right, let's say let's go with the whole warehouse sexual harassment thing that I'm seeing. We already know how shame and humiliation is always a factor in sexual harassment. That's, somebody who wants to see your reaction, right? But I'm also seeing that shame and humiliation that is being felt by the victim or victims, one of whom I think may be watching. It's getting to a point where it's stopping you from taking the action that your soul is trying to guide you to take. So whatever that action is that your soul wants you to take, you have to get past this humiliation. As I'm hearing that, I'm feeling an energetic shifting now for that person, as this card literally wants to come up and start hugging. Sometimes the cards hug, and when I say hug, it means like, imagine like Bambi's mother hugging Bambi. They're loving each other. Now, what card is this? It's the card that says, follow your flow from discouragement to trust. I almost said to chest, so maybe that means something. From discouragement to trust. So that is an energetic healing that just happened for that person. That's a release for you. Don't let shame stop you from following your flow. I do feel there's going to be litigation for that, as there should be. I feel like that's where your spirit wants you to go. Let's also, God bless, let's also take a look at this card of humiliation with respect for one more example, the example of this third-party situation that I know a lot of you have gone through with your significant others, whether or not you want to be back in connection with this person. I'm feeling that pain and that shame and humiliation and illumination, right, is what is keeping you stuck in a sense. And what does that sound like at its most base level? It sounds like when you get really deep and down into it, it sounds like, how dare he leave me? You can't fire me, I quit, kind of thing. Like, I want to be the one to have the last say because I want to feel empowered in this situation. So I want you to text me one more time so I can walk away from you and never write you back again. See, that energy listen, I get it, but that energy tells me that there is a sense of lacking empowerment that you're carrying with you, and I'm feeling like this is what you're going to be working on. Lo and behold, it comes to awareness in this meeting. But I always think of this as a meeting and a call because that's what we're doing, right? We're on a meeting. But I feel like as you are solitary in your solitude and you are thinking and resting and getting perspective, you're going to come to that realization that, listen, why am I having this discussion with myself? This person can't hear me. They can't hear the pain I've been through. They can't hear me cry out for a moment of empowerment in a situation that has left me so bereft. I'm feeling this is also for that. I'm hearing that boat situation and that warehouse and whatever else that has left me so bereft. This person is not capable of hearing me. They're too wrapped up in their own stuff, their neuroses, their pathology, their sacred role, whatever you want to call it. They can't hear me. I'm crying for them to hear me and let me have this moment where I can feel whole again, where I can feel validated again, where I can feel value again, where I can feel that I can walk away and say, you didn't let me go, I let you go. Right? You didn't put me down, I put you down. And I'm seeing Mother Mary coming in to take this energy from us. Thank you, Mother Mary. God bless. But I want you to know, so she's saying, I want you to know there's no, on the one hand, I'm hearing there's no innocence in all this. There's no such thing as innocence in all this. And I, maybe to understand that message, you'll have to meditate on that with her, regardless of your religious creed or, religious creed or whatever. These energies are not religious, okay? They were here before. So, as hard as that is to understand for some of you. But, Mother Mary is wanting you to take that energy and to transmute it. To take it and to transmute it. Oh, she's pulling in I almost said my sacred crystal. Yay. You're up, buddy. Rose quartz, right in the heart region, because that's where the pain is, right? If you close your eyes and you feel the pain, when you get triggered, where is that pain? At the core, it's in your heart. And they're saying you have to get to a point where you transmute that energy. How do you transmute that energy? You come to a place where you have compassion for yourself. And let's do an exercise. Looks like my daily readings are just going to be long, and I can accept that. Let's work on that, for example. Let's go into the pain. This person humiliated me. They used me. They took my time. They took my money. They took my resources. They took my home. They took my heart. They took my mind. They took everything. They took everything, my sense of being, my sense of safety. And this could be for this other person as well, whatever your situation is. They took me away from me. And they told me on some level that I would have something better. I was ensured I would have a better life. I thought I was coming into something that would give me life, that would breathe life into me, that would make me feel happy, that would give me transcendence, that would move me from my very core to my very core and just make me have that bottled up shame released, shame from the past. I was going to come in and find myself in a new workplace and with a new set of people and have friends and family and children and God and connection, and it would help me to heal my wounds. And instead they took it all away from me. And they left me with nothing, and they walked away, and they acted like they didn't care, like I didn't have value. And maybe I acted like I didn't care, but I do care, because I am somebody. And I want to win too. I want to feel what it is to be chosen. I want to be the selected one. I want to be the one that someone else walks away from someone else for. What about me? Where's my love? And who loves me? No one loves me. God doesn't love me, because God wouldn't let me go through this. Why do I have to go through this? And that's the energy, and it could just keep going on further and further. But what I'm being told is it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. And it's at that moment that we slip through this door, this shift, and we start to understand. And we eventually get to a place where we realize, I don't need this person's okay anymore. And I'm getting father issues for a lot of you. I don't need this boss is okay. I don't need this man's okay. I don't need this woman to validate me. Mother issues. Or father issues if that woman is more in a masculine energy. I don't need my brother here anymore. I don't need to walk through anybody else's pain. I don't need it. What I need is to realize that I am one with myself. And if it means that I have to sit here by myself for all of eternity, I will come to know that I am enough. Because you know why? I'm trying to get my validation and my understanding and my love and my reason for even being in existence from somebody who is physically, mentally, emotionally scarred. They are incapable of making that judgment in my direction. I'm trying to get this addict, whether it's a behavioral pattern, a chemical substance, whatever, I'm just addicted to pain, a pathology. I'm trying to get this addict to release me from my pain by acknowledging my beauty, because I can't see it for myself. So I look for that person who's just a reflection of me. He can't see it, she can't see it. And I'm asking for them to hear my pain and to see my pain and to know what they did to me. They can't see that. And that is where the Holy, I want to say Holy Trinity comes in, dear God. That's where the Holy Trinity, non-religion, comes in. That is where awareness comes in. Spirit is literally with my eyes, my spirit eyes. I see this holy wind coming through here. It's coming literally from here, across here. They're saying, and I'm seeing here, that that's you looking down. And as that wind comes in, you look up and you see it. You see it. There's wisdom here for you. And they're saying that you were never in bondage. And there's no innocence. That you were never in bondage that from this with this other person. Okay? This was a moment, as much as you don't want to hear it, this was a moment, for me too, I have to hear it, where we took ourselves out of the game and we brought ourselves away from our path so that we could have this feeling of pain, so that we can have this feeling of pain, and so that we can know that that pain is not who we are. It's not who we are. It's not who we were designed to be. And in that acknowledgement of pain, I'm seeing here, this is you. In that acknowledgement of pain, we are risen. We are risen to what? A higher consciousness, a higher state of being. And as you go through this door, what we want, they're saying, what we want to rid you of is all the 3D stuff that you've picked up. I heard karma and dharma, I'll let you decide what that means. But the 3D stuff, and what's the 3D stuff? The 3D stuff is that motherfucker, he didn't call me. He wasn't trying to bump me when I was, all that stuff, that's all the stuff that's like when you enter a house, you wipe your feet of the mud before you come into that sacred house. That's mud. They don't care about who didn't call you. They don't care about who made this baby with that person. That's not what you're here to be about. Your higher self came here, excuse me, for this real world experience of pain, to know that that pain is not you. It's not about the missed calls and the glares that you're getting from that third party person and this person winning over you because they had bigger boobs or they had more money or whatever you perceive it to be, whether it's this other person told you that to be the truth or whatnot. Spirit is coming in and they're saying that's not your truth. That's not our truth, and that's not their truth. Now, however long you guys want to spend in the cycle with that person is up to you, they're saying. But they're saying at this time, if this reading resonates with you, you're being called to surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. This isn't you. Let go of limiting ideas. Does that mean that you won't have a chance to be reunited with somebody? Hey, maybe you will. Maybe you will. But at this time, it's a time out, and they're asking you to get higher. Get higher. And when you get higher, you take that time out, you follow your flow, you come into awareness of something that you will use as you get back into your daily life, as this is a spiritual upgrade. They're saying to surrender your fear of change. A lot of you're afraid that you'll walk away and lose a partner. You're afraid that you'll walk away, you'll take litigation and lose your reputation. You're afraid that you'll do something and lose your social standing. Whatever it is that you're afraid of losing, they're asking you to surrender it and see yourself as surrendering your fear of change. Because, Spirit is saying that's it. And they're saying that it doesn't, the question now is not whether or not you're going to lose that man. Am I ever going to be reunited with him? For some of you, yes, sure. But that's not what they want you to focus on right now. Will I win the case? Maybe. But that's not what they want you to focus on right now. You know, am I getting my boat back? Yeah, I don't know. But that's not what they want you to focus on right now. They want you to focus on the fact that those are triggers. Those life events are triggers that bring you into a higher, it's like whoosh, bring you into a higher state of being so that you can get to a place of I heard the word marriage, but I also heard the word miscarriage. Now, either these are the places you're going to, or these are examples of catalysts. But it came out at that time for a specific reason. It's touching people energetically in the way that it's supposed to. Okay? So, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels and guides. There's so much they bring through. So let's take a moment, because I feel like there's a lot of energy here, and it's transcendence energy, and they want to bring it through. So let's hold on for a sec and get quiet. And they're saying 4 minutes. It seems really long, but I'm not going to honor that. Let's take 4 minutes, and you can of course leave the call if you don't feel like it's for you, but let's take 4 minutes and let the energy come in. Okay, I'm going to articulate what I'm hearing. I'm hearing battling depression. I'm hearing woodland creatures calling for the assaults to stop. I'm hearing cars being stolen and broken into and carjacked. I'm hearing finding out someone's cheating. Finding myself on the same spiral over and over and over and over again in this universe. Finding a university that best suits me. Making my plans known to all people in my life, my family. These are separate messages, by the way, but take them as they come. Being of one with somebody else of the same gender, but I don't know how to come out to this person, and I want them to want me back. I'm too afraid to make that step towards them because I haven't come out yet to myself and to others. Making myself more available to the pain, making myself less accessible. Learning to be more vulnerable with myself and with others, letting my guard down. Finding a way to transcend that lifetime in Egypt. That was a hard one. For that last one, you may know it's you because you have a lot of Egyptian memorabilia. Egypt is a tie in your life, and there's a reason why. If it's all over your life, it's because there's something huge that needs to be released. And I see that coming out. I'm losing money left and right, and I don't know why. The answer to you is that there is a leakage in your family history, in your energy field, but there's family history that has to do with this loss of money. Money. Loss of money. I almost said manager. There's a family history link there. Once you clear that family history link, the money will stop flowing from you. This isn't yours, it's your ancestral stuff. Where did they take my car? Okay, Spirit is saying that's it. The energy is done flowing. Okay. Wow, that literally was like 4 minutes. 3 or 4 minutes. 4 minutes. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for being on this call. Those were some messages that came through from Spirit. That just goes to show you, and that's for people watching. You can see, and look how varied that is, guys. That's why when people say personal readings are where it's at, because they really get you into the nitty gritty. And I'm saying that because I want you to see that when you're on these different YouTube readings and such, yes, they are universal energy and they speak to you. Why? Because they're an invitation for you to connect to your higher self and to work on those issues. But don't let those issues trigger you into breakdowns and to make you feel bad about yourself and this and that. There's spiritual learning everywhere. And I also want you to see that people are having varied experiences on these calls, okay? So there's a lot of healing here for you guys today, and I want to thank Spirit and the angels and Buddha, God bless, and Mother Mary, and all of our spirit guides and all of us higher selves and conscious selves here for coming through. And we want to send blessings to all of these people who are our sacred contract holders, these people who have, through these life events, pushed us into this place of greater awareness. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. And that's it for today. Okay? Have a blessed day, and